Let's continue working with the simple future with going to. In this second video, we are going to see the structure for sentences and questions. In this chart, we have the structure for affirmative sentences. You can observe that we have to conjugate the auxiliary to be in present, and the form is according to the person. Going to and the main verb do not change in tense or person. We have, for example, I am going to have an exam tomorrow. You are going to have an exam tomorrow. They are going to have an exam tomorrow. In this slide, we have the structure for negative sentences. In these sentences, we can use the contractions that are explained in video 1. For example, you can say, you're not going to have an exam tomorrow, or you aren't going to have an exam tomorrow. Once again, we can observe that the auxiliary to be is conjugated in present and the form is according to the person. Next, we have the structure for questions. In questions, we follow the same rule for the form of the verb as in sentences. The auxiliary to be is the only one that changes according to tense and person. On this slide, we have the structure for yes and no questions. For example, am I going to have an exam tomorrow? Is he going to have an exam tomorrow? Are we going to have an exam tomorrow? Next, we have the structure for the short answers for yes and no questions. Here we can see the structure for affirmative answers. In these short answers, we cannot use contractions. We have, for example, yes, I am, yes, she is, yes, we are. In negative short answers, we can use any of the two contractions that we saw in video 1. We can have, for example, no, you're not, or no, you aren't. No, he's not, or no, he isn't. Just remember that the exception here is with the subject I because it only has one contraction. No, I'm not. On this slide, we have the structure for information questions. Remember that in these questions, we have to use a question word at the beginning of the question. For example, why am I going to have an exam tomorrow? Why is she going to have an exam tomorrow? Why are they going to have an exam tomorrow? On the next two slides, you have some of the vocabulary you can use to talk about activities you might plan to do on weekends. I recommend that you practice the simple future with going to by writing sentences and questions using this vocabulary.